Hey everybody, it's Durgertime. Thank you for joining me once again for another episode of Total Extreme Wrestling 2016 All Elite Wrestling. So, had a pretty good Dynamite last episode. Ended with Chris Jericho and Jon Moxley fighting post-match. We're leading into Double or Nothing. We got about 4 or 5 episodes of Dynamite to go through before then, and we're working towards a Jericho-Moxley main event, which should be pretty good. Obviously, we also had some pretty interesting introductions of FTR officially. I know in the real world they're called Revolt. We decided just to give them a hashtag, like hashtag DIY, and they have joined MJF and Shawn Spears in sort of a kind of Four Horsemen-ish group. So we got some interesting elements going on, and we have the World Tag League, which will be a 16-man competition to start next week at AEW Dark. So we're going to have all of our tag teams involved for the most part, which we've gathered a few extra ones, Von Erichs, mostly. I think that's really the only one that we have. But we need to get some more. So obviously we're gonna have FTR in it. We're gonna have Alex Reynolds, John Silver, sure. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Probably not. Actually, we're probably gonna delete that tag team. You're pretty much out of order at this point. So we need some more. So we need to get a few more tag teams in the bunch here, because we said 16. It's going to be a big old crazy tag team tournament. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And we might not. Well, actually, Young Bucks aren't going to be in it because they are the tag team champions, so it wouldn't make very much sense to have them in the tag league, especially when they get a shot. So who are we going to have? Let's see who we're going to put in this. FTR makes sense. Nah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Though we said that they were kind of going their own way, but we'll give them a send-off. 6. Probably not MJF and Spears. I think we're kind of done with that tag team. In fact, we can probably just delete it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we only need 2 more. So we should figure out who we want to bring in. That could be interesting. So let's see who we can hire. Well, we do have relations with AAA. So we could bring in Drago and Aerostar. Could be a lot of fun. It's actually not a bad idea. Can we just do a talent exchange? Actually, it might just be cheaper to hire them, to be honest. Let's see. Aerostar. Yeah, you're just PPA, so it's not going to cost much. So Aerostar, I think that'd be fun. What's actually, before I do that, what is Drago? Drago's also available, so it should be fine. We're just going to do a paper appearance for like a month, we'll say 3 months. We might use them afterwards, but we're not having really any major plans here. 8, 10, sure. I mean, we could always steal them from AAA. Wouldn't be the end of the world by any means, but not necessarily somebody that I necessarily need to have, you know what I mean? Perfect. Okay. So, that is one. We need one more tag team. tag team we can steal from somewhere. Let's look at some rosters here. First of all, New Japan, is there anyone that I can hire that's in a tag team? Whoa. Oh, because she's technically PPI. Well, we'll shortlist that. We'll shortlist both of these. This is always an option at some point. I don't want to get crazy with that. Phantasmo. No, not really. I don't want to get crazy with hiring people because, we can hire some people, but for the most part, this is an exercise of using who we have. We've already done a few hirings that I don't think we need to do anymore. Let's check Chikara. Chikara could have someone fun that we could get. We could get the Hawks. Could always be fun. Still Life. Ice creams. Well, probably not actually. Realistically, because isn't one of them isn't El Hio, Del Ice Cream? Isn't that actually Mike Quackenbush? Because I don't think that would really. Well, I mean, I guess maybe not. Not sure about that there. Oh. What's maybe. Want one more. I don't know if I actually want anybody here. Maybe the Hawks. Fidian's mask is weird now. I'm not used to that. I mean, what is Amasis doing now? Because that actually would not be a bad option. I mean, it'd be nice to also have an opportunity to see if we can get someone interesting. Let's see the hire who has at least regional star. Okay, Rusev, Zack Ryder. All right, everyone got fired. Well. No, I'm not gonna let them go to New Japan. It's where they belong. I don't. If we had like an alliance with New Japan, maybe I would be down with bringing some of the Bullet Club alumni over. Rusev, I definitely want at some point. I think I shortlisted him already. Yeah. But I don't know if I want him right now for this. I mean, I probably could just hire him right now and be done with it. No, I'm going to hold off for now. Just let him. I don't really have necessarily a plan for him right now. I might hire him by double or nothing, though, if he doesn't get picked up somewhere. I'm not that concerned. Oh, man, I'm really struggling to figure out who I want to have for this last tag team. Okay, never mind. Apparently the save doesn't have Danhausen. So that sucks. I was going to get Warhausen in here for you, but apparently not. So we'll have to figure out here who else to grab in a tag team. Unless we just make another tag team on the roster. Maybe that's what we'll do. Anybody here that would make a lot of sense that we don't have in a tag team already? Maybe not, but we could grab Eric Rowan, but that does feel like no, we haven't actually used Brody Lee for much yet. Really at all. He's in our save. He is not the Exalted One. Have we even used him yet? Did we use him in the last show at all? I feel like we haven't really used him for much, if anything. When was the last time you were on a show? Happy signing a new contract. I don't think you've worked at all yet. Let's do it. Let's grab Eric Rowan. Where are you? You just under Rowan now. Rusev. Eric Bischoff, Eric Rowan. Poor. Wow, your contract's worth more than Brody Lee's? Interesting. Ain't that something? Bring in. I bring in for a little bit less. I don't know. Wasn't Brody Lee's like 14 something? Actually, I might be crazy. What can I get you for less for? Expected bonus only. Yeah, I'll never have you on a B show if you want. Perfect. Yeah, actually, I think Brody Lee would have been like 14 or something like that. No, 7,000. Wow, poor Brody. We're gonna do something with them. We're gonna rebrand them something differently. So we'll bring him in, and I think that'll work fine. All right. In the meantime, we have to build our actual tournament, and we're gonna start it on Dark. So let's go ahead and get over to it. All right, we're ready for our AEW Dark, and we have everybody available for our beginnings of our World Tag League. Now, the only person that's still waiting is, I believe, Eric Rowan. And we are doing a rebranding of Brody Lee and Rowan. So sorry, all those Brody Lee fans, because I'm about to do something real bad to them. I don't like the just plain. I mean, so okay. let me justify this before you see what I did to him. I don't like the plain badass gimmick and the I'm a badass or I'm New Yorker redneck kind of thing. I don't think it really works very well. And obviously, since he's not going to be a cult leader in our save because we didn't want to put him in another cult, we gave him something different. We also changed his name. So he's going to be in a tag team with Rowan, who's also going to have a different name. And well, we'll see how that goes. But let's go ahead and let's look at our World Tag League actual bracket here. So we have 16 competitors. Most of them are people that we already have. The winner will get a chance to compete at Double or Nothing for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Single elimination, relatively random seed, so anything can happen, and we're just gonna let it do its thing. So here's who we have. We have in first bracket area FTR versus Team Enhancement Talent, who is Peter Avalon and Brandon Cutler teaming together to lose together. We have the Dark Order versus the Best Friends after that. Lucha Brothers versus the Butcher and the Blade. Proud and Powerful versus Jurassic Express. Enzo and Big Cass versus the Von Erichs. The Road Brothers versus the Hybrid 2. The New newly formed tag team with Rowan and Brody Lee called Apophis versus Drago and Aerostar, and SCU versus Private Party. So we're going to be running tag league tournament matches on Dark, on regular, and we're going to get down to the final, basically the Dynamite before Double or Nothing, and the winner of that will face the Young Bucks at Double or Nothing. So it should be pretty cool. So, yes, it's Brody Lee is tagging as the team Apophis, which is the name of the asteroid that will be coming around I think 2063, and it's very likely going to hit the Earth, unfortunately, and might cause some devastation. So you have that to look forward to if you're going to survive the 2063. Good luck. But that is the name of the tag team, and we're giving them a nihilist gimmick. So Brody Lee has now been changed to, let me pull him up here. The name actually is Nihilists, which I thought would be pretty cool. And his tag team partner, Eric Rowan, will now be called Kierkegaard, which is the name of a nihilist scholar in the late 18th century, early 19th century, something like that. So giving them a little bit of different of a gimmick, but basically they're big proponents of entropy and destruction, and the idea that order is not a natural thing, and that it needs to be natural order needs to be restored. So if that'd be something a little bit different, a little bit interesting, not another cult thing, but more I guess think of the nihilist group in the Big Lebowski, right? Something just interesting to give them, and obviously at some point we can always branch them off and do single competitorship. But I thought this would be kind of interesting and fun. All right, let's go ahead and let's book Dark. Okay, so we're not going to go to Puerto Rico on this show. I'm good, thanks. We'll go southeast. Puerto Rico's going to destroy us if we go there. But for Dark, we'll go to southeast and have fun there. No events, nothing happening, so we can medal. Oh, I could have... Nah, too late now. So we could have brought the Gun Club out. Brought Billy Gunn out of retirement to wrestle. Would have been fun. But too late now. I've already made my bracket. We will live with it. The Gun Club will have their time to shine eventually. So let's go ahead and let's book Dark. We're going to do 2 of the tag team matches tonight, and probably 2 on Dynamite, and that will give us a good foundation to start the 16-man tournament. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the AEW Dark. So we start off with Alex Marvez. Boy, this didn't do well. He's supposed to have good microphone work. I don't know what happened here. I did have him set for microphone, right? Good gimmick, good announcing. Poor start of the show. Basically, Alex Marvez starts Dark backstage by explaining the rules of the World Tag League, and that the winner faces the Young Bucks at Double or Nothing. And we start to show off with a triple threat as the first match: Brie Priestley versus Leva Bates versus the Bunny. We give Priestley a win. She hasn't had any for a while, and I thought this would be a good way to keep her momentum going. Working crowd, we start to get the fans back into the show. Alex Marvez just sank the show, unfortunately. Overall, this match is fine. It did get some improvement there, B. Presley, which is good. Pac cuts a promo about Christopher Daniels. He's going to have a match with him tonight. He says what he's going to do to him is what his buddies, the Lucha Brothers, are going to do to his other 2 tag partners if they even get that far. Kind of given some build up for Pac and the Death Triangle, it does okay. Our first match in the tag tournament is Santana and Ortiz versus Jurassic Express. Santana and Ortiz defeat Jurassic Express in 11 minutes and move on to the next round. They end up defeating Luchasaurus, actually, keeping Jungle Boy a little strong. This is okay. It's about what we would expect. We're not expecting huge numbers here with Dark, nor do we really need it. Afterwards, we have an announcement saying that Santana and Ortiz are moving on in the World Tag League. Our next World Tag League event is SCU versus Private Party. SCU end up defeating Private Party in 8 minutes. Scorpio Sky gets the win and defeats Mark Quinn. I wanted to get Scorpio Sky up. He's on the lower mid card, while Frankie Kazarian, I believe, is just a mid carder. I would like to get them some pairing, so I figure giving him the win might be something that can kind of give him a little bit of a boost. Sky is the weak link. He certainly is in terms of in-ring performance here. He's not anywhere near these other guys. So unfortunate. The crowd was already buzzing, which is weird, but they were. I figured Alex Marvez probably sank it, so I guess not here. But SCU do move on. And of course, we just highlight the fact that they are moving on. I'm going to not do these in the future because, man, these are tanking my ratings. And for our main event of Dark, we have Pac versus Christopher Daniels. This is a pretty good match. It's a high spots match. Or no, actually, I don't think it's a steal the show match. The last one was a high spots match. Pretty great wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd. Pac defeats Christopher Daniels in 11 minutes. And, you know, they're about, well, I mean, Pac's a better in-ring performer, but Christopher Daniels is holding his own. Overall, 68 ain't too shabby. Actually, all things considered, it's actually not that bad of a rating. Doesn't really matter for us because it's just the B show, but it's nice to have. All right, we got some notifications. Hopefully, is Rowan. Perfect. Bring him in. Pay raise request. Yeah, sure. Why not? We got the money. Evolve wants Alex Reynolds. That's fine. We have 1 month of Michael Nakazawa. Oh. He has a friendship with Kenny, right? He should have a relationship. That's interesting. When I redo this mod, I might have to go in and make sure that the personalities are right. I'm always shocked that some of these relationships aren't there in the game. What are we doing? Pay per appearance? We'll give him 700 with a 600 downside. 3 years, sure. I'll even cover his. No. You get to fly here. I'm not even going to cover your travel. You're an opener. You're not worth it. Okay. So, we got Dark out of the way. We got the couple more matches in the first round ready to go. So we just did do Dynamite. Let's go ahead and let's put Rowan on the roster. I'm guessing he's going to be hella high on here. Main eventer. Who would have thought? Well, guess what, Rowan? Your name now is... What is your other alter ego? No. What? Who's Thorf Mass? Okay. Well, your name is now Kierkegaard. Sorry, buddy. Hope you like it. Kierkegaard. He looks like a Kierkegaard, doesn't he? I think so. We're also going to give him a weird gimmick. In fact, I'm hoping that the same gimmick that I gave him is in here. It is not. We will clone, and then I'll just rename it. Nihilist. Already gimmick in the database. Really? Oh, it must have been set as crazy or something. Well, we will. This is why I actually think probably the new gimmick system is going to be better. Because this is a silly system to run this. Nihilist Acolyte. There we go. So he's a Nihilist Acolyte. He's going to be part of Apophis. Let's go ahead and make the team. Himmel Crab, Nihilist, and Kierkegaard. Oh, I love saying Kierkegaard. I don't even think it's the right way to say it. Apophis. Okay, cool. Man, there's a bunch of Brody Lee, Eric Rowan fans right now watching this that are very displeased with me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Opener. Well, let's give him a lower mid-carder. Come on now. That makes me sad. That makes me sad. That's not right. Drago's awesome. Okay. So we're ready. We're gonna do 2 more, I think. We gotta plot it out, gotta make sure we are doing it right so we have the right amount, but we have quite a bit of time actually till Revolution. Or not Revolution, Double or Nothing. We have till May 4th, and we are on, so we got 4 weeks to do it. So that gives us, what was that, 8 shows to run the tournament. So we just have to make sure that by the 8th show we have our final, and we should be fine. And yeah, so we got some time to run it. So just trickling it out slowly but surely. All right. It did involve Melanie Cruz. Oh, she was in fine form before the show, keeping everyone with hilarious road stories and a positive atmosphere. Good for her. Couple medal again, and I don't know, Austin Gunn and Brian Cage. Sure, that's how you get a steroid addiction. All right, we're running on TNT. Where are we at? Great Lakes sounds good to me. Just got to run this show. So we got a couple storyline beats we got to deal with. What are we working with right now? We still have the Hangman Cleaner storyline going on. I don't know why that one promo by Kenny didn't show up in here. That's kind of a bummer. They probably didn't set it right. Moxley versus Jericho is going to be concluded in Double or Nothing. Luchasaurus going it alone is kind of our new thing, where he is going to be going after the Butcher as revenge. Obviously, we're still doing our Making Shockwave story with the Shockwave title. And I don't think we started with this. She does defense. Dark Order is recruiting. We're still kind of running that. I'm probably going to end that and move on to something else, to be honest. And New Horsemen we got going on. Dark Order, I'm going to do something different with. I mean, we have the thing with Brandon Cutler now kind of part of it. But I kind of want to take the Dark Order in a different direction. I'm not quite liking where it's going. So we might course correct by Double or Nothing. But right now I want to get some of these tag team matches in the bag. So let's go ahead and book this show and see what we got. All right. Let's go ahead and run this show and see what we got. So we start the show off with Britt Baker versus Emi Sakura. Trying to give Britt Baker a little bit more momentum. So we have her dominate Sakura in 8 minutes by pinfall. No crowd heat, really, unfortunately. Sakura's not doing great in her gimmick. Overall, though, I mean, for what they are, it's fine. Afterwards, Britt Baker assaults Sakura after the win, ends up busting her mouth open, kind of keeping with her little dentist gimmick. It does okay. Gets the crowd hotter, so not too bad. Afterwards, we do Alex Marvez again, going backstage and talking about the MTL, or the World Tag League tonight, but gotta get him off of here. I was hoping maybe not starting the show, this would be better. He has good mic work. I'm shocked that this doesn't work well. I'm really not sure why. And we start off the tag tournament for tonight with FTR versus Team Enhancement Talent. This match is pretty damn good, mostly because of FTR. No shock at all. FTR defeats Team Enhancement Talent in 7 minutes. Peter Avalon was counted out of fighting Dash Wheeler. So we have a count-out loss for them, and FTR goes ahead and moves on in the tournament. Got the crowd hotter. They showed excellent chemistry. You know, nothing shocking here at all. Who's improving in their flying? Casey McKnight. Interesting. Afterwards, MJF and Shawn Spears come out, and they're ringside already. They celebrate with FTR, showing camaraderie about their new Four Horsemen team, the New Horsemen. And it seems like they are all jiving together pretty well. Afterwards, we have our next Tag League tournament match, Aerostar and Drago versus Apophis. I did kind of seed this relatively randomly, so it's kind of a bummer that Aerostar and Drago are leaving here so soon, but of course Apophis is going to defeat them in 5 minutes. Nihilists, aka Brody Lee, defeats Drago in by pinfall with a running big boot. Nihilist was head and shoulders above everybody else. It certainly was. Looks like Krigengard got a very good for his gimmick. I think we did have Brody Lee come out for like a match, so I don't even remember what that was, to be honest. That's how little impact it had for me. But Krigengard, aka Eric Rowan, shows up, and his gimmick is pretty strong. Apophis move on in the tournament. And let's go ahead and change that gimmick. Average. That's fine. Afterwards, we have Nihilists doing a promo. We have him grabbing a mic after the match. Kierkegaard is holding Drago from behind, twisting his neck. And he says, you know who we are. We used to go by old names given to us by others. You cheer them right now in the audience, but we discard those. We are Apophis, the sign of the end. We represent a cure for the rule of the world. Like entropy is the natural natural order of the universe, so do our existence represent here in AEW. Be warned that like the heat death of the universe, Apophis cannot be bargained with, it cannot be aligned to, it cannot be reasoned with, it cannot be delayed, and it will not be stopped. Kierkegaard brings out like a German like Bowie knife kind of thing, like an old World War II knife, and he slashes open Drago's mask, and Drago just kind of covers his face to protect it. Kierkegaard just looks at him, smirks, and laughs and goes, just a man, and then tosses him down into the ground, into the mat. So we kind of set up this sort of nihilist thing that they're here just for wanton destruction, and seem to be about dismantling the order of AEW. Afterwards, we have Hikaru Shida, our women's champion, having an exhibition match against Penelope Ford. It's all right. Overall, Shida's kind of putting in the work, but it's doing pretty good. They actually have some pretty good chemistry, though. Something to keep in mind. I think we knew that earlier, but it's always nice to still see. Shida does defeat Ford in 10 minutes. Not too bad. After that, though, we have a angle with Luchasaurus. He's stalking the Blade backstage. As we know, he's going after the Butcher, and he seems to be trying to maybe dismantle the team a little bit. A fight breaks out between the two of them. It leads to a backstage match brawl. It's actually not very good. But Luchasaurus runs around backstage, started beating the crap out of him. The bunny apparently is over there trying to help. But Luchasaurus does win and knocks out the Blade. Lucha had 38, Blade had 37. It's about the best we're going to get out of both of them, so not too bad. For another one of our World Tag League matches, we have Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes versus the Hybrid 2. Had decent wrestling, but did not have much heat. Cody and Dustin defeat the Hybrid 2 in 12 minutes. Cody gets the win on Angelico. And, it's not bad. About what we would expect from them. Pretty strong ratings from everybody, honestly. It's not bad. Another one that's kind of a shame with the random seed. I could kind of see Hybrid 2 going a little bit further, but for right now, I think we need to give Cody and Dustin the win for story purposes. After that, Jericho cuts a promo about the exhibition or the elimination match, the last Dynamite, and says that he proved that he doesn't need his people. He can do it all on his own. That together they are dominant, but as individuals, they are still all champions. And so he gladly accepts Moxley's challenge to fight for the title at Double or Nothing. Does really good. Not much to say about it other than, Jericho's master at the mic, so what do you expect? And for our main event, we have The Elite versus Hangman, Enzo, and Big Cass. That's right. You'll never hear that again. That's the weirdest damn thing ever. It's a decent match overall. Cass and Enzo, kinda the weak links of the whole thing. But the Elite win. They defeat Hangman, Enzo, Big Cass. Matt Jackson actually defeats Enzo, but by using the ropes for leverage after a distraction. And we'll see what happened with that. Afterwards, it's sort of a kind of a mid-segment angle, I guess. But the main cause of the breakdown of the match is Kenny and Omega ringside eventually just go to blows, having a wild brawl, and going all the way through the audience and leaving the teams to fight for each other, for themselves, which distracts Enzo and allows Matt Jackson to kind of get in a pin. So overall, we were building up the story. Hangman's underperforming, but we're kind of building up this story for Double or Nothing. Gives us a B. B-. I still don't think that's good enough for TNT. We'll have to find out. Unbelievable. Let's go ahead and let's skip over and see what our horrible rating is. All right, let's see. Pay raise from Brandon Cutler. Sure. You're a buddy. We kind of have to. All right, TNT, you're unhappy. Yeah, I know. I don't know what I can do for you, buddy, but we're pretty much going to be I almost feel like we're getting great feedback. Like TNT we're not going to get what TNT wants. I don't think we're going to ever get what TNT wants. Let's go ahead and look at the tournament bracket real quick so we can kind of get an idea of what we're looking at. So as we can see, we have several teams ready for round 2, but we still have a couple matches left that will probably finish up on Dark and 1 on the next Dynamite. And then we'll be moving on to round 2 before the semifinals. But we have Apophis versus SCU. We're already set for round 2. We have the Rhodes brothers going to be facing the winner of Enzo and Big Cass versus the Von Erichs. So probably Enzo and Big Cass, unless there's an upset. We have Proud and Powerful going to be facing the winners between the Lucha Brothers and Butcher and the Blade. and we have FTR facing the winners of the Dark Order versus the Best Friends. So we have certainly plenty of time to kind of dole these out, no big deal. And that is the beginning of AEW's first World Tag League. Other than that, nothing else for today in the book. We still are going to probably build a development league, but I might wait until after Double or Nothing, just to kind of get a clean slate and see where we're at in terms of financials and everything else. We are losing money a little bit. We had made money in March, lost in April, though I think where were the main expenses there for that? It was probably a little bit extra of the workers. Not the end of the world, though our pay-per-views are underwhelming for our revenue, which is a definite unfortunate reality for us. We'll have to deal with it. So even if we're at only a 34,000 loss, not the end of the world. We have a ton of money to back us up. That's not that much of a concern. But it'd be nice to get into the financial positive soon. All right, guys, that's it from me today. Thank you for joining. I will see you next time for another episode of Dynamite.